climate change.
Good day everyone. Have you noticed that the weather today feels hotter than before? Or that the weather patterns are changing? If you compare the present climate to the past days, months, or even years, we can see clear differences. These changes are not only happening in our community, but also around the world. These situations leads us to what we call climate change. Climate change refers to significant changes in the Earth's climate change over a long period on time. Studies shows that there is an increasing amount of the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which causes the Earth temperatures to rise. Because of this, we experience as well weather patterns and more frequent natural disaster. According to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, these changes are influenced by human activities. If this continues, global temperatures may increase by 1 to 3.5 degrees Celsius, which can greatly affect living things and the environment. That why climate change is serious issues that we need to understand and address. The natural greenhouse effect is a process that keeps the earth warm enough to support life. It occurred when greenhouse gases such as water vapor, carbon dioxide within, and nitrogen oxide trap heat from the sun in the earth atmosphere. When the sunlight reaches the earth, some energy is absorbed while the rest is released back into space as heat. But not all of it escapes because that gases act like a blanket. Energy balance keeping the temperature stable without the greenhouse effect. The earth would be extreme cold around 18 degrees Celsius, but with the average temperature is about 15 degrees Celsius, making life possible.
Today I will be discussing the enhanced greenhouse effect. According to Zellman and Sherwood 2020, the enhanced greenhouse effect happens when the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere increases. This causes more heat to be trapped, disrupting the Earth's natural climate balance and leading to a rise in global temperature. We have here the image of the greenhouse effect. First is the composition of the atmosphere. First, it is the 78% of nitrogen. Second, it is the 21% of oxygen, and the 1% it is the greenhouse gases. So the types of greenhouse gases, this includes carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide, and halocarbons. The impact of the industrial revolution, it is the burning of fossils. Second is the agricultural expansion. Next is the industrialization increase. So this is the greenhouse effects. So let's proceed to the natural greenhouse effect versus enhanced greenhouse effect. According to Lindsay 2020, the greenhouse effect today is different from the natural greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. This has caused a significant rise in carbon dioxide levels, making climate change a major global concern. The differences and impacts of the natural and enhanced greenhouse effect. First is it is the natural greenhouse effect. It keeps the earth warm enough for life by trapping just the right amount of heat. Second, it is the enhanced greenhouse effect. According to Lindsay 2020, enhanced greenhouse effect happens when extra greenhouse gases are added to the atmosphere, trapping more than heat normal and causing warming. Next is the rising carbon dioxide level. Carbon dioxide levels have increased about 409.8 ppm in 2019, which is record high, showing how much the atmosphere has changed. 148% increase in CO2. This large increase show that today carbon dioxide levels much higher compared to the past, mainly due to human activities. So human activities as the main cause, according to Lindsay 2020, explains that activities such as burning fossil fuels, industrial production, and deforestation, this may cause the natural enhanced greenhouse effect. That's all. Thank you.
Hi everyone, today I will talk about the greenhouse gases and their sources. What are greenhouse gases? There are gases in our atmosphere that trap heat from the sun, keeping our planet warm, and that is called greenhouse effect. But when there's too much of them, Earth overheats, and that's global warming. And what are the main greenhouse gases? The first one is the carbon dioxide, which comes from burning fossil fuels like gasoline and coal. And next is the methane, comes from livestock and landfills. Others include water vapor, nitrous oxide from farming, and synthetic gases from industrial products. So there are primary sources to be exact, no? And the first one is the electricity production, which includes the power plants burning coal or gas. Next is the transportation, which are the cars, trucks, and planes. And next is the industry and commercial factories also burn fossil fuels. And next is the agriculture, also releases methane from animals and rice fields. Even our homes and businesses contribute through burning fossil fuels or fuels and waste. And when we cut down forests, especially trees, of course, that is normally absorb carbon dioxide can no longer help. In short, greenhouse gases are natural, but human activities release too much of them, mainly from energy, transport, farming, and deforestation.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dylan Pinatakan, and I'll be continuing the report, the climate change mitigation in the Philippines. So, as scientists continue to warn us about global warming and climate change, countries around the world, including the Philippines, are taking action to mitigate its effects, as these warnings should not be ignored. So, this brings us to the question: how did the Philippines respond to the global concern? So, the government has several methods to address this issue. Let's take a closer look at these efforts. So the Philippines respond to climate change through mitigation efforts. These are actions that aim to reduce environmental damage and slow down global warming. The government focuses on different strategies to protect both the environment and the people. And one of the main actions is shifting to renewable energy. Instead of relying on fossil fuels, the country is now investing in cleaner energy sources like solar, hydro, and wind. So this helps reduce greenhouse gas emissions, which are one of the main causes of global warming. At the same time, it also helps improve air quality. And another important effort is disaster preparedness. The government invests in early warning systems to alert communities before storms and natural disasters happen. This helps save lives and reduce damage. So in addition, the Philippines also protect the ecosystem by replanting mangroves. Mangroves act as natural barriers that protect coastal areas from strong waves and storm surges. Because of these efforts, the country becomes more climate resilient and better prepared for future challenges. So the Philippines is addressing climate change through renewable energy, disaster preparedness, and ecosystem protection. So these actions help create a safer and more sustainable future for everyone. And that is all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I am Mr. Sambilad and I'm presenting my topic entitled Cause and Effect Climate Change. The main causes, dirty energy, like burning coal, cars, or vehicles releases bad air, and cutting down trees, farming. Large farm with many cows produce methane. And the big effects, hotter days, more heat waves that make it hard for plants, melting ice, it will be harm all of the people in north and south. And stronger storm, it will be harm us also because of typhoons and hurricanes. And how to reducing global warming? Here's switch to clean power, use the sun as solar and use the wind as windmills instead of burning coal. Be smart with energy, turn off the lights when not in use, and use appliances that don't waste electricity. And planting mangroves, saving water, learning how to store rainwater so we have enough during long dry season. Education, teaching every student and worker how to prepare for disaster or any calamities. And climate change mitigation in the Philippines, we have been protecting mangrove, protect our tree because it helps us to face disaster or any calamities. Or renewable energy laws, the government is encouraging companies to build more solar farms. We have here many solar farms in Bukidnon, but they are not tourist attraction. And we have here, last one, flood control. Building better drainage system in cities like Manila and Cebu. We have here also in Bukidnon at Lumbayao.
Hello everyone, this is Hani Ipanis and I will be talking about the energy crisis, its definition, its causes, and the alternative energy resources. For our information, energy is considered as one of the most important inputs for economic growth. It makes everybody and everything moves. Also, it can define how powerful is the country because of the energy availability in them. Now, there are two alternative energy sources, the renewable energy and the non-renewable energy. Renewable energy can replenish naturally in a short time. Therefore, it can be restored quickly and even used every day. The very example of that is the solar energy. Because the solar energy restores quickly every day because the sun shines every day. The next one is the non-renewable energy. This does not replenish in a short period. It takes long time to be restored because of the sources needed. Example for that is the gasoline, diesel, and other liquid fuels. It takes time for it to be restored. Here are another example of renewable and non-renewable energy. Now let's talk about energy crisis. Energy crisis happens when the demand of energy exceeds or is higher than the supply. It causes economic and social problems such as higher energy prices and power shortages. Now let's talk about the reasons why are we experiencing energy crisis. First is the overconsumption, when we consume too much energy. Next one is the overpopulation. The more the population, the more the demand or the higher the demand of the energy. And next one is the poor infrastructure. And the fourth one is the unexplored renewable energy options. Countries, especially those that are developed, are relying too much on fossil fuels instead of investing in the natural, cleaner, renewable energy sources. Fifth one is the delay in commissioning power plants, which increases the demands of energy. Next one is the wastage of energy. We have this lack of awareness of the proper consumption of energy.
Next one is the poor distribution system, which the very example is the illegal connection, which causes the unfair distribution of energy. Next one is the major accidents and natural calamities, which causes the disruption of energy. Next one is the very rampant, which is the war and attacks. Because of the war between the US and Iran, the supply of energy such as gasoline is depleting and the demand is so high. Next one is the miscellaneous factors such as political issues, which the government's decision affects how energy is being distributed, such as corruption that delays these investments, which causes disruption energy.
That would be all. Thank you.